Hello everyone, welcome to the MattPaul vlog. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to Carrie's World. I appreciate the comments last night. You're the only commenter, and you liked my first video in trying to start my page. The words you left in the comments were very reinforcing, and I really do appreciate it. If there's anybody else that views this video, if you would, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, hit the like button on this video. It would mean a lot to me. And also, if you could comment and tell me what you like. But not only that, I'm a big fan of critical reinforcement. So if there is something that I could do better or you didn't really like, leave that in the comments as well. And as I find myself in developing these vlogs, that I can better find an audience and a passion that will go on and get aligned into what this channel could be. New episode 002. Kind of weird story. Like I said, I'm just getting into it. Don't know really what I'm doing. But anyways, Apple. I got an iPhone. That's what I'm starting out with the vlogs. I've been looking at the AirPods. As you can see, I got the EarPods in. I've been looking at the AirPods for quite a while. And a lot of it is I was just too cheap to go out and buy them. Who's heard that before? Anyways, I went ahead, bit the bullet, went ahead and got a pair. In my excitement, I went ahead and opened them up, got them linked in, paired with my iPhone, and then I'm like, darn, I could have made a video about unboxing those things. So what I'm going to do is I packaged everything back up in the box. So this is going to be a re-unboxing, and here we go. I did one of the things that I was trying to help myself out is I did write a little script, so I kind of lost my spot. But yeah, second unboxing. This is the AirPods, and these actually are the AirPods 2. And it comes with the wireless charging case. Typically, it comes with the cellophane wrapper, which I've already pulled off. Next time I know better. But you just slide the box off, and you get this, and this packet pulls out, and these are your instructions and all your, basically your manufacturer information. And instructions come in several different languages, if that is your fancy. But you want to go ahead and find the instructions that, if you're in the U.S., are in English, and which is this one right here, and go ahead and fold them out. Now, inside the box, it came in here. There was some extra packaging that kind of helped support the case off the bottom, and then also wrapped around another Apple Lightning cable, which is standard stuff with Apple with their Lightning. But in order to get this thing going, I know most people don't see this, but I'm a real big fan of finding the instructions and reading them first, and then I have been in the instance where the directions don't go with what you're actually trying to put together. If you've put together anything with some kids' toys and any kids' play sets and whatnot, that sometimes they don't go together how they are. Real quick, I'm wearing my Neuse River bait and tackle hat. If you're around the Neuse River in eastern North Carolina, go check these guys out. Todd over there that owns the place is, man, he'll bend over backwards for you and try to give you the information you need to go put you on some fish. So if you could go check them out if you're in the area. Right now, being July, the giant red drum is what they're catching. But anyways, I got on a tangent. Since we're talking about AirPods, I got to talking about fishing. So hence my sister channel on about fishing. Anyways, going back through, go look at the directions, and if you look at it, it says take your lightning cable, plug it in to the wall, and then plug it into your case, and then open up your iPad iPad or iPhone. In my case, it was iPhone, to settings, and go to Bluetooth. And then in the next step in the directions is open the case, and from there it's going to bring up, I'm going to close it before it comes up on my phone, but it's going to come up where it says paired, and it'll bring up what your phone name is and the AirPods. Whereas obviously my name is Matthew, came up with Matthew's phone, AirPods. And what it does, it'll give you the battery life not only on the AirPods, but also on the case as well. So you can monitor it as the day. And then once it does that, I can't remember if I hit accept or if it just automatically paired. But yeah, that was pretty straightforward, and it was ready to go. Like I said, now that I have it, if I'm curious on how much battery power I have, I open it up, and at the bottom or at the base of my iPhone screen, it'll come up and say how much battery power the case has and how many battery power the actual pods have. Quick note, these are pretty interesting because if you have them both in, and say you're watching a YouTube video and you pull one AirPod out to listen to what the kids are trying to get your attention, or just in general to hear, when you pull that AirPod out, it pauses whatever you're looking at or listening to, and you put it back in and it starts playing again. It's the wildest thing. The other thing is, if say you just want to have one AirPod in, I know one of the military installations that I performed some work on in the construction side of things, they don't let you have two things in your ear. You have to have one available because, and it's funny, they have to grant you the one because they want hands-free calling. They don't want to see you on the phone there, so they let you get by with one, but not two. But it has to be in the case. That one pod that you're not using has to be in the case for you to use the one. So that's a little neat thing that Apple's put in. Also, want to talk about your settings. One of the settings I had on my sounds were button clicks, and I had it where it wasn't on. It didn't decrease with the volume or increase with the volume. I had it because one of the things, I want to be able to hear it no matter what when I just have my phone. However, now that I got these, if I have them in and have that setting turned on where it doesn't matter with the sound, what'll happen is the AirPods will amp up and give you that amped up sound, the equivalent amped up sound as if if they weren't hooked up. And when it does that, when you go back to whatever you're listening to, the AirPods are amped up, and if you're on a song, it'll blow your eardrums out. So what you need to do is make sure that setting is based on the clicks, because that was one of the things I couldn't type with the AirPods in, because just the noise, there was some high pitched noises there that just would just aggravate the fool out of anybody. But with that, I figured that part out, and they seem to be working pretty good. I will say that driving around with the AirPods in, I tend to find myself preferring the earbuds in driving, because with the earpods you have this little remote and you can stop or turn the volume down without finding your phone, whereas with the AirPods you have to find your phone, and and turn it down, or in some cases to pause it or turn the app off, you have to unlock your phone. Take and give. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, cutting the cord was probably the nicest thing. You didn't have. I could put it in my pocket, put my phone in my pocket, and wouldn't have to worry about the cord. That's the biggest thing. So a little nuance there to overcome, but I should be able to cope with that. I mean, they're pretty cool stuff. Like I said, I really have enjoyed them for what little bit I've used them so far now. With that being said, thanks for bearing with me, getting some of these first videos, vlogs coming in. I want to say post, but no, it's a vlog. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to find my voice on this. I'm not real big into unboxing. Oh, by the way, this is not a promotion for Apple. It's just something I use, obviously, but this is not a paid promotion by any means. So, like I said, it's just stuff I got, and I just think I think Apple's got some good stuff. Google has good stuff too, but I've stayed with Apple for this long. It's kind of going to be hard to change over to something else. With that, if there's any questions that I could answer, comment please. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, I'm kind of looking for some feedback. I'm looking for interaction. So anything that I could help, or anything that you see that I could do to improve, I would appreciate it. And please don't forget, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. It would mean a lot to me. Anyways, hope everyone has a good one. Have a good night.